So Heidi, great to have you here.
Thank you.
uh,
I'm so happy to talk with you.
yeah. So tell us about, tell everyone about FitzFrames and all the great work you're doing.
Yeah, so FitzFrames is a one-of-a-kind custom eyewear company that uses 3D printing and additive manufacturing to make each frame customized for each face. So basically, we make all the glasses in Youngstown, Ohio, and we use an app to do this. Basically, you download the app, you try on the glasses virtually, see which color and style that you like, pick those. Then we use the camera to measure over 40,000 points of your face, take all that information to our facility in Youngstown, Ohio, and then again, 3D print each frame. So we're changing things in ways that the rest of the optical industry cannot. We're changing your bridge, for example, so that it sits properly. We're changing the temple length and angles. So if you've got uneven ears, we account for that. So it's a great way for anybody ages 3 and up, basically, to get glasses that fit them perfectly and are comfortable and make them want to wear them.
Great. So we'll come back to how you're really, I love the idea of how you're customizing to every face, every, unique look. But going back to additive manufacturing first, I found that really fascinating. Could you talk a little bit more about that, how you use additive manufacturing, and where did that come from?
So it's really interesting. Before I started Fitz, I really did not know much about additive manufacturing. And so coming into this, I've learned a lot. I've seen the ways that it can be applied first in the optical industry. So it's really interesting that we're able to make customized eyewear right now. What I've learned is, given our team, our manufacturing process, our supplies, we now have a great kind of baseline in order to make a lot of different kinds of things custom, so in the future, these could be shoes, these could be hats, these could be all different kinds of things. Now that we have the know-how, given we are in Youngstown, which actually became the hub of additive manufacturing through an Obama era effort to bring jobs back to the city. So what we found are people who really have the expertise in this area, know how to do this, know how to do it well, and are constantly reiterating on the process and the technology to be able to really develop into amazing things.
Well, that's great, especially just bringing it back to the Midwest and creating jobs locally as well.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing great, and then COVID hit, and so Youngstown got hit pretty hard. A lot of small businesses were really affected. We weren't, actually, because of additive manufacturing. We had no disruptions in our supply chain. So unlike other companies that maybe couldn't get, things from China, supplies they needed, we didn't have any of that issue because we make all the glasses in-house, basically from a polymer powder that's basically put through the machines, and then lasers hit the powder and fuse together, and that's how we really make the glasses.
Great. And tell me about a little bit about, your mission in terms of really, what Intrigue does here is about also serving underserved communities, and how are you really making glasses more accessible, which obviously has, huge implications if you don't have access, right?
Right. So children with glasses, I've had a lot of experience and learned a lot about how important vision is with learning. And so it's estimated that about 80% of what kids learn is through their vision. So if you can't see, you can't really learn all that well. And so that was really important to me, was first of all, kind of educating people on the importance of getting kids' eyes checked early and often. That's why I also, in addition to founding the company, I joined a board called Vision to Learn, which does eye exams and gives glasses and exams to kids in need. So, it was really important for us when we were building the company to make an affordable eyeglass. So our glasses start at $95, again, for a custom-made product that fits you out of the box, tailored to your facial dimensions, which is pretty good for that kind of thing. And then what we've been able to do is work in schools with kids from lower income families and communities to get them exams and glasses. And we do this, in a way that's a little bit different than everybody else, which has made us a bit more successful, because we can come on campus, we can measure the face, we can have the kids sit down, take a look at the glasses, know which ones they're going to get, personalize the inside so they know their name's going to be inside, or their favorite sports team. And again, really make these glasses for people that have had challenges with glasses fitting well in the past. We've had a lot of comments from kids who are African American, Asian American, who've had challenges with the way traditional glasses fit, and our system accounts for those. and really helps them make a comfortable, well-fitting, glass they're going to want to wear inside the classroom and out.
Great. And, I personally was unaware of some of the challenges. So it's great. I think, the accessibility you're providing. One other question. I'm trying to think what it was.
Well, and just while you're thinking of it, the glasses are actually also, they're more comfortable because they're custom made for people's faces, but they're also super lightweight because of the material, and they're also more durable. And, with 3D printing and additive manufacturing, you can do special things like, you don't need the typical hinges and screws, which is where glasses typically break. So that's a big difference in terms of, lost glasses, your name's inside, broken glasses. And also, we help you with the kids, as they grow. So, traditionally, if you're in one of those kinds of programs where you're getting the free glasses, the parent still has to take time off of work to go get the glasses, has to take another visit off of work to, get the glasses fit for their child. And then should they break, lose, outgrow them, that's asking a lot of the parent to really handle all of that. We do all of that with a touch of a button, basically. You order the glasses under 4 minutes and you can reorder within a second. And again, get those glasses sent straight to the school nurse or the principal. Really, it lifts the pressure off of the family having to deal with these kinds of situations.
Great. Well, one final question is about other applications, your of additive manufacturing glasses. We know in military and other settings in government, there might be other applications or needs for whether it's protective shields,
Exactly.
et cetera. Could you talk about that?
Yeah, so Fitz had a little bit of experience in expanding what we do during COVID. So, we usually make traditional glasses, but when we saw the shortage of PPE, we really wanted to help in that effort. And so we were able to develop Fitz Protect, which is prescription protective eyewear, which was a way for doctors and nurses and people in the front lines to be able to wear protective prescription gear, which really did not exist. They were basically wearing, glasses and then ski goggles on top of the glasses and things like that. So that was kind of our first foray into really trying to create a glass for a different type of purpose. And that's the beauty of additive manufacturing as well, is that you can do these short-term projects. You can make as many, as you want, and you're not stuck with high cost or long lead times. So we're really excited to look at how else we can apply this this application and other efforts in the government, and would love to hear from people, if we can be of service.
Absolutely. And we'll definitely be hounding them. And actually, one other question, Heidi, is more about, entrepreneurship. Could you speak to whether it's challenges, opportunities, however you want to frame it, as a woman, a female entrepreneur? What are some challenges, and how have you overcome them or trying to overcome them?
Yeah, well, to start with, I work in the tech industry. In the minority there. I'm a woman, minority there. And people raising funds for companies, I'm in the minority there. So I feel like I've gotten a really good knowledge about, how to kind of navigate the system. I think finding other women in the same boat who have successfully and unsuccessfully created companies has been a wonderful resource for me, and frankly, emotional support. I think also as a mom, trying to figure out the balance between, raising this baby as opposed to my others is going to be an ongoing challenge. But I think also that's been part of the journey, right? It's just figuring it out, talking with people, talking with my family, and just kind of learning as I go about what works, what doesn't, and just keeping an open mind and realizing, success doesn't always happen as quickly as you think that it will, but that also makes the end of the journey, I think, that much more satisfying. So I think, the understanding that entrepreneurs are going to, experience severe ups and downs is just part of the ride, and just to try to learn as much as you can along the way.
How does those ups and downs, well, maybe it's a different question. Okay. Let me actually go back to something that I think it's a common question, and you can answer whether you want or not.
Yeah.
It's about kind of access to capital.
Yep.
And do you tell me about that, is, in terms of, you're in the middle of raising money, right?
Yep.
How do you find that process as an entrepreneur, or as a woman?
Honestly, yeah, I mean, raising money as an entrepreneur has never been my favorite part of the business, just like raising money in politics was not my favorite part. However, I think that the more I do it, the better I get at it, the more confidence I do have with it. But, it's a numbers game. It's just a lot of times you have to just keep going until you get to the right person at the right moment. And I think that's been the frustrating part for me is I know we have a good idea. I know we have a good product. I know this can be an amazing business. I just have to find the right person who's kind of in the right trajectory, with their fund or their investment journey to want to go along with me and to be at the right moment to really believe in it, of where it can go, not necessarily where it's been.
As a mom to a girl, as a daughter, a daughter.
Yep.
What do you hope? Yeah, what do you learn? Like, what do you hope she learns from kind of your experience and what you're able to give, teach her through yours?
So it's, I've got 3 kids, 2 of them are girls. And I think it's really important for them to see me, do this. And they see me, when the good days happen and they see me when the bad days happen and they see me push through and keep going. So I think that's good for them to see that when something really means something, it's good to see it through, even as tough as it can be. I think there's plenty of disappointing moments, when I'm missing, school pickups or I miss field trips. But then when we have the moments when, we're all watching the Oscars together and I see somebody on TV wearing my glasses, we're all jumping up and down and screaming and so happy. So I'm hoping that they're going to remember those moments more than the ones where they were disappointed.
Well, awesome. I think this is great.